Okay.
Just a minute.
Alright, now we have spread out all of that compost material evenly on the ground, and we are going to lay down cardboard that we've been collecting as a weed barrier.
And a weed.
And what?
I want to do it.
You want to do it?
Okay. We move everything. This cardboard we set down. Look at that. I'm going to show them the tomato. Here's the tomato growing. See it? Here's another tomato. Here it is. See. Can you see it? Can you see? See it? See it? And here's some mushrooms. I showed you the mushrooms. Oh, somebody left your car out here. Somebody left your car out here. I don't know who left your car out here, but it's good. It's okay. Ta-da! I love this place. It's so adorable. Yeah, it is. So
Okay, so I put my weed barrier down for part of it, but the wind kept blowing it away, so I put some shovels and stuff on it, and I went ahead and got the mulch that I'm putting on top of it. This is what happens when you forget to close the gate behind you. Out, chickens. Out. Out, out, out. Nope, no, no, not that way. Go out. Out, out, out. Out, out, out. Out, out. I got some of them out. Oh, come on. If you find some grass, then you can put paper down and then put the hay on top of it.
Okay.
If you find any grass, any weeds.
What are the weeds?
The grass is a weed. A weed is a plant that you don't want. We don't want the grass in here, so it's a weed. Out in the yard, the grass is a good thing, but in our garden, the grass is not good, so it's a weed. this deep mulch system is actually working out pretty well. So this area had probably close to 6 inches of deep mulch, and I'm having very few weeds in here, which it's still springtime. I was just on the phone with my mom a few minutes ago, and she was like, well, it's just the beginning. It hadn't got hot yet. And I'm thinking, don't burst my bubble, Mom. But I'm usually already behind, like whenever I've just used like the till method, I'm usually already behind on the weeds just because we're so busy and I don't have time to pull weeds and it hurts my back. So I'm trying this method where I just put the deep bedding down, or mulch, or whatever you want to call it. I did not put cardboard in this area, but I put cardboard back there today. I'll give you all a shot of that in just a few minutes. But if you've been watching my Facebook and been seeing my garden updates, then you'll know that, like, my process of how I did everything. So right now I'm just taking a break because it was a lot of work to shovel all that and haul all that hay. And I'm tired. And it's probably about time for the boys to wake up from their nap. You're doing a good job, Cheyenne. You're doing a good job?
Thank you.
She works hard. How old are you, Cheyenne?
3.
When's your birthday?
July 17th.
Today is May 13th. So she's got a little over 2 months till she's 4. She's very smart and a very good worker.
I'm working hard for this garden. Right, Mama?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to be able to...
Y'all see that thing? That bright green. There it is. That is a hornworm. And I'm pretty sure that's a hornworm anyways. This gets my tomatoes all the time. This thing will take down a tomato plant overnight. And it looks tiny, but they grow super fast. And they will just one hornworm can take down a tomato plant overnight. And a couple years ago when I was gardening, I had issues with these. I would get rid of all of them, and then my plants would be healing and doing better, and then they would come back. So it's like they come from a moth, and a moth lays eggs on the bottom of the leaves, and then they hatch, and they like grow crazy fast and just destroy tomato plants. So anyways, I'm squishing these. They're great to give to the chickens, but I don't think my chickens would see them because they're so little. So I'm just going to squish them. I did a Facebook video a couple of weeks ago about my leaves on the bottoms of all of my plants that were turning yellow, and the tomatoes had some spots on them, but the spots, it looks like the spots have kind of gone away. But anyways, one of the things that I Googled could be overwatering, or it could have been a nitrogen deficiency, and the soil under here is not very rich. So I went ahead and added some chicken manure around the plants. Sorry, my allergies are really bad right now because I'm working outside. But anyways, I went ahead and added some chicken manure around the plants, and a couple of them are looking better. Like this one is looking a lot better. It's still not perfect, but then a couple other ones are really just still struggling. So if somebody out there is watching this and you know how to fix this, if you know what's wrong with my tomatoes, then let me know, please. Okay, so I laid down the cardboard throughout the rest of the garden, and I put, it's a combination of like manure and hay, and, well, that's it, manure and hay from the goats and the donkey and the chickens. And I know that that's like, it would be super hot if I had the plants directly planted in it. So what I do, hang on, sweetheart, she's calling for me. So what I do is I dig my hole, and then I add potting soil or garden soil in the hole, and then I'll just lay all this stuff on top of it so that it's slowly getting into the soil and not burning my plants up. So hopefully it's working. Hopefully that's not the reason why I'm struggling with my tomato plants, but my Squash plants are doing great after I added the chicken manure. They were looking really rough too. This one's probably, it's not doing too good. I doubt that it'll make it. But like this one looks great. And these two look okay. Somebody woke up. The boys woke up. Okay, so I wanted to show y'all a trick that I use in the kitchen to help to speed up the process of cooking. Whatever I don't have to chop, I don't chop. So that sounds probably kind of weird to some people, but I don't. So with my broccoli, I just cut off the very bottom that's kind of like, you know, brown and yucky. And then I just break off pieces. And I've got about a ½ inch of water in my pan, and I'm just breaking off the pieces of broccoli and tossing them in there instead of like taking the time to chop it all. Now, when I get down to this part, I'll cut again, and I'll break some more again. And then whenever I get down to this part, I just cut it in half. It's kind of hard to do at this angle that I'm at. I'll cut it into thirds. So yeah, that's how I do my broccoli. It takes me like probably less than 60 seconds to do these 3 crowns. And in about 60 seconds, I have a pot full of broccoli to steam. So right now I've got it on high, and I'm gonna turn it down to low. The water in the bottom is like boiling, and I'm just gonna let it steam. I know I'm not the only one who probably breaks broccoli instead of chopping it, and I know that most of y'all probably know how to steam broccoli, but I don't know. I just felt like throwing it in the vlog. And maybe some of you don't know how to steam broccoli and don't know how easy it is to cook a healthy meal. I hardly ever cook complicated meals. I usually cook a meat, a vegetable, and a carbohydrate. And we eat pretty healthy. Sometimes the carbohydrate is like organic quinoa, and sometimes it's Kraft mac and cheese, but most of the time it's healthy. We had a great day on the McGehee Ranch. I hope y'all had a great day too. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video, and subscribe, and we will see y'all next time. Have a good day.